Do you know that you can start day trading with $500 or less right now? In 2026, the financial markets have severely changed because of all the global conflicts. So it's an extreme opportunity now for day traders who know how to adjust and take advantage of the volatility. I'm JD Hyter, technical analysis strategist. I teach struggling traders how to improve performance through better chart reading. Man, take a look at my Discord community from last Thursday. So my community members received my market forecast analysis, Monday through Friday. So we all know the bias and understand price action. Here are real results from regular people who are learning the skill of chart reading. Most still working their 9 to 5s. Here, we are not trading together. I'm not sending out signals or anything like that. We are all reading the chart together, and that's more than enough to, make the right decision on your own. Man, look at this last one. Finally some positive traction today. This is probably somebody who's new to trading, who's new to the system, maybe new to the community, but hey, finally, they saw some traction, 2 accounts, that's awesome. So, these are people who have, a lot of the people who are in my community also have the trading system, so they understand how to read a price chart, and you see the success they're having through better chart reading. But let's get into how you can take $500 or less and get into trading during these volatile markets in 2026. Let's take a look at the trading plan. All right, guys, so if you're new to the channel, I'm a technical analysis strategist. What that means is I come up with trading plans, all right? Most of my trading plans are profitable, all right? So I've been doing this for quite some time now. Many people who have taken or looked at any of my systems or have purchased any of my systems, they already know what's going on. So before we get started, anytime I try to drop some new fire like this on YouTube, I be getting a ding or a strike. So everybody take a look at the disclaimer below before we get cracking, because I'm gonna show you how you can start with $500 or less and get into trading right now, all right? And I don't want no smoke from nobody. I normally get dinged when I try to look out like this, okay? Everybody, let's take a second and read the disclaimer. Okay, y'all see the risk disclaimer? Let's just take a second, everybody. Your boy don't want no smoke. Everybody, let's take a second. Moment of quiet, everybody read the disclaimer. Let's get it, show you this plan. All right, now we can get down to business. With that out of the way, the IOTS, increase on the Sutton, is what that means. Small account plan. All right, so here's our objective. Right now in the marketplace, people, all right, there's a high reward trading volatile markets, right? If we go with these volatile markets, boy, oh boy, I said if we go with them, we don't have no choice. The markets are volatile, okay? Here's the thing. Since it's a volatile market, you can do way more with less. Let me say that again. You can do way more with less because the markets are so volatile. Remember when 20-point move was the whole day? Remember when the ES moved 20 points, that was a session? You know how those days may never come back. We may never see only a 20-point session again. We getting 20 points every 20 minutes right now. Every hour we going 20 points. This ain't nothing. So since that's the case, what I'm saying is, why continue to risk so much? And then if you're new to trading, this is the perfect opportunity to try to get in with a small account, because just scratch ES, all right? You don't need to trade ES right now because it's so volatile. Drop down to MES. Some of you may not know what I'm talking about, okay? So if you're new to trading, if you're new to trading futures, all right, in the futures market, you're either trading the ES, typically if you're a retail trader, you're either trading the ES or MES. ES means every point in your favor, every point against you, you losing 50 bucks. I'm gonna say it this way, right? In the MES, every point against you, you're losing $5. That's a big difference, right? 50 over here, ES, you're losing if 1 point goes against you. In the MES, 1 point against you, you're losing $5. Lose $5, lose 50. See the difference? Now, when you starting with a small trading account, we're only starting with $500 or less. Option A, option B, which one you gonna go with? Because you actually could trade one contract with that $500 over here, ES, it probably would be short-lived, people. With the MES, they'll think how many trades you can put in with only risking $5 a point, and you started with $500. Now you see how it's even possible from the start to start with $500 or less. But first of all, you got to enter into the right marketplace, right? So your boys, this is why we're doing this one. I'm gonna get you straight, right? If you're new to trading, no problem. I'm gonna get you going. We're gonna be trading the MES, all right? Gonna be trading the MES on 1,000 tick chart. Why tick charts over time charts? Your boy don't have time to explain it to you, but if you want to be a professional trader, switch to tick charts. Okay, all right. Now, and it doesn't have to be 1,000. If 1,000 is too fast, move up to 2,000. If 2,000 is too fast, move up to 3,000. See, this is the beauty about tick chart. It's not about trying to find what chart I can make money on. You can make money on any chart. It's about what chart you can read. You have to find the speed that's slow enough that you can read the price action. And when you understand how price action works, when you understand how the market works, how the auction market theory works, how it all comes together, market cycle, rule of two, legs, measured moves, key entry points, key entry points. When you understand how it all comes together, you know the dollar tick chart is enough. I mean, you figure out what speed is for you and trade on that chart. It could be, it's 1,000 for me. It could be 2,000 for you. It could be 2,500 for you. Nighttime, some people, 100, 500. You may go lower. Find out what's good for you. That's what trading is, a personal thing. People don't really get that. I can give you the framework, and then you got to find your personality inside of it so you can be the best trader you were designed to be with your style. Let's keep it pushing. Okay. So we got the MES, we're gonna do 1,000 tick, and we only taking key entry point, high probability trades. All right, these are these yellow lines right here. Look at this one right here. Go here, win. Go here, win. Wait for the breakout pullback, go here, win. Key entry point entries win. So we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna keep this simple. We're trying to take a key entry point trade with 1,000 tick chart and MES, and we're gonna start with a $500 account. Let's keep it going. All right, so here's our cap on our risk parameters. Now, the stay alive framework. So again, we start with $500. Now, our position sizing, we're gonna go with 2 MES contracts. So let's look at this math, all right? So we're gonna be risking $10 a point. Again, that's versus $50. That's versus $50 a point, right? This is gonna lower our financial pressure, trust me. And it's gonna higher your mental clarity. Hey, listen to this, people. For those of us who are used to trading the ES, believe me when I say, when you drop down to the MES, it's like going on vacation. It's like you literally, your mind literally, you just went on vacation because you're so used to the higher stakes on the ES. When you drop down to the MES, man, you just, I can tell you that pressure just, because the stakes are so much lower. But then you can do things to put them in your favor where you're just like, wow, I ain't got nothing to risk, and I got this. If this go in my favor, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. All right, I'm trying to tell you during these volatile markets, MES. I'm just saying. Sorry, I got a little sidetrack. All right, and daily limit. Oh, this is a big one. Strictly 1 trade per day based on the key entry point setups. Now, this is gonna be extremely hard for you guys. Extremely hard, and that's the difference between successful traders and unsuccessful traders, because this rule right here is going to be extremely hard for any new trader, any over trader, any revenge trader, any undisciplined trader. This is gonna kill you. That's why I got this rule in here. Because if you can't do this one rule, you don't deserve to win. If you can't do this one rule, you don't deserve to eat. And it's as simple as that. You know, there's so many things you can do in trading and maybe get away with it, some gray areas. Man, if you want this to work, I'm trying to tell you, 1 trade a day from the key entry point. Now, I ain't telling you to just take some nonsense 1 trade. The reason you're gonna take that, I may be getting ahead of myself. Listen, this is the rule right here. When we come back and see how people do, don't say nothing to me if you broke this, if you took more than 1 trade and it went from the key entry point. Let's move on. Trade execution. All right, so how we gonna pull this off, right? What's gonna be the risk? What's gonna be the reward mechanics? I got you. Check it out. Because we're on the MES, your boy is covering all the bases here. This is why I'm the technical analysis strategist. We're gonna risk 10 points on this. All right, that's a lot in the futures market. Not in 2026, it ain't. Not in these Trump-infected volatile waters, it ain't. These markets, yes, you need about a 10-point stop. All right, this is exactly why we're in the MES. This is $100. We're risking $100, right? 10-point stop. This gives us an awesome opportunity to take advantage of the volatility. Because remember, 20-point succession used to be awesome. Hey, listen, I saw a 90-point run last Friday. So 90 points, people, in the afternoon, like a couple hours. So yes, my point is this: you actually can drop down to MES, risk less, have a bigger stop, and still go with a crazy target like 20 points, and you thinking like you ain't gonna get, man, you'll get to that 20 points so quick right now, you might could go for 40 points. For real. That's the game, right? So at least the 1 to 2, all right? At least the 1 to 2. The MES is the safer bet. You know what I'm saying? It's allowing wider stops, and hey man, small account could do some things. Nah. Most retail traders are flying blind with too many indicators on their price chart. This creates market blindness. I teach traders how to improve performance through better chart reading. What you need in these volatile markets is a better professional playbook. Trading the ES isn't about luck. It's about having a systematic protocol. In our system, we don't gamble. We read the price chart. We identify the first leg, we wait for a 2-leg correction, and then we trade the second leg to catch big moves in the markets. I'm opening up my 6-week technical analysis group coaching program. This is not another course. This is an intensive 6-week deep dive into the IOTS protocol to get you going from the ground up. We're going to deep dive into the rule of 2 in the market cycle. We're going to teach you how to spot those high probability setups and catch those 20, 30, 40 point moves in the ES. We're going to talk about automated discipline, how to use ATM strategies to remove emotion out of our execution. We're going to talk about your funded goals. Do you want to try to pass a 50K, 100K, 150K prop firm challenge? No problem. Or you could just start with if you may want to start with a small account and go live right away. We'll teach you how to enter into the MES market to do that. Whatever you want to do, we'll design a plan that works for you. The road to freedom starts with a system, not a signal. Click the link below and let's go to work. The beauty of Ninja Trader, especially if you're a brand new trader, all right, the reason I use Ninja Trader, I've been using Ninja Trader ever since I started trading futures and haven't went to anything else, is simply because of their ATM strategy. I mean, I admit there's probably some other companies out there with some other stuff, web-based stuff that may be better, but when you come to you talk about desktop trading, professional trading, you want your order in time, right? Don't want no shenanigans, don't want no disconnections with the web. You want your lock in properly. Hey, you want to go with the desktop version of Ninja Trader. I'm just saying, and set up an ATM strategy. So we're gonna go for that 20, all right? But listen to this, we can set our ATM strategy so that once it reaches 25 points, we lock in 20, but the trade is still alive in case that 90-point run is sitting there for us. So that's the thing. Our strategy is we're going to leave ourselves room to catch a runner. All right. This is how you're going to really listen. If you haven't read the book, The Best Loser Wins. A lot of the premise of that book is that if you don't have a big hit designed naturally into your trading strategy, it's very hard to stay alive in the trading game, all right? And I really implemented that into a lot of my systems, and it has truly helped my trading and everybody else who uses my systems, okay? So I'm trying to tell you, you gotta have a big hit in there somehow, right? Base hit with these 20s, and then when you catch a 50, 40 point on the MES, but listen, I'm not trying to shoot. Let's keep it simple. What I'm telling you is from key entry points, we've been seeing 20, 40 point runs. So right now with this strategy, just go for 20. But just as a pro tip, if your strategy does not have a way for you to catch a big one, it's gonna be hard for you to stay alive long term in this game. All right, that's how we gonna do it. In every strategy, my lock in, my C3 lock in 2, I'm grabbing 2, but I'm hoping that we keep going. Everything is designed to, you gotta have a way to catch a big runner in your systems, your strategies. Now, our philosophy for success, the mindset. Win or go home. Acknowledging the small account size requires aggressive but calculated risk. All right, psychological edge. We transitioning right from that 50 point to only 10. This is going to reduce stress, prevents revenge trading, and encourages sticking to the plan. And its simplicity, we go on one chart, one setup, one goal. Remember, one chart, one setup, one goal. Boom. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now, I started last Thursday. Right now, I didn't come up with this out of thin air, people. I put $500 in Ninja Trader last Thursday. Well, actually before then, it didn't clear till, held it 3 days. It didn't clear till last Thursday. It cleared Thursday night, 6 Central Time, right? So it was really still Thursday, but it shows up Thursday, Friday. Anyway, I took a trade. I made like 240. First night, I put 500 in, took a trade, 240, right? Then I've been taking these key entry point touches. Today I made 444. All right, so I made that. So $500 account. This was micros. People look at it right there. Micros, okay? Micros, my key entry point levels. Boom. It's just is what it is. So let's look at the numbers. Let's look at these numbers real quick. We trading at 80% right now. We made 688. Right? So I started with a $500 account, and in 2 days, I've made 101%. You probably was wondering what that 101% was on the slides before. Yeah, 101, probably more. It's probably, I just threw 101. I was rushing, sorry. It's probably better than that because that's 688 right there. My math be shaky sometimes. But I mean, look at my profit factor, 7.4, awesome. Yeah, so look, 190 that first day. But this is that Thursday, which I really count as Friday. You know, 190, then this Friday, 54. I don't know why they threw me off like that, but 244. Then today, you know what I'm saying, 445. So 445, 244, 688. All right, so, hey, you know, this is the opportunity, all right, that's available in the marketplace in 2026. You have to understand how to read a price chart, though. Those people in my community, they've already done the work. They already have the system. They've already been studying. They've already been, you know, getting their chart hours up. They've already been in the community talking to each other. Hey, is this a second entry? Is this a wifey trade? Are we come close to key point? So they've been learning. So those slides that you saw earlier, don't think that you're going to get that success tomorrow. I'm just being honest. Those people done put in the work. What I'm telling you, though, is we have the education that you need plus the strategies, more than just this one I just dropped here, okay? Y'all gives me these things like I get 3 or 4 a year, okay? Roll with your boy. That's all I'm saying. So we just had the information education you need. It's up to you whether you're gonna take advantage of it, all right? So if you wanna get into day trading, if you wanna learn about how to enter properly, if you wanna understand key entry points, auction market theory, the rule of 2, if you wanna be able to see the market, know exactly what the market is doing and wait for your trade, wait for the breakout, wait for the range fade. If you want to learn how to trade in these volatile futures markets, all right, my 52 lesson masterclass is still on sale for 75% off. The sale is not going to last forever. Get it right now. Check the link in the description. Until next time, all right, my name is JD, and as always, I wish you increase on the sudden. Bye-bye.